It's a beehive of activity at Agriflora, Kenya, a flower factory in Nakuru County, the heartland of Kenya's floriculture industry. It's almost Valentine's Day, the busiest time of the year for flower growers around the world. The cut flower industry generates hundreds of millions of dollars for Kenya each year, but the industry has been blamed for widespread pollution.
The industry has been under a lot of scrutiny, both locally and internationally, and we've had to deal with a lot of issues of environmental pollution, worker or human rights violations.
Environmentalists say industries in Africa have the opportunity to go green.
To focus on leveraging clean energy solutions, sun, hydro, geothermal. And when you look at the flower industry, especially in Kenya, it's actually getting into the space of clean energy.
Kenya's flower producers say in recent years they have been shifting to solar power for lights and equipment, in part to cut carbon emissions and fight climate change.
By embracing solar, we are trying to control the emission of carbon dioxide from what we are doing in the farm. So we've estimated by embracing solar to be cutting down on carbon dioxide emissions by about 52 tons per month. That translates to about 600 tons of carbon dioxide every year.
Flower growers say solar power has also cut production costs.
Our normal cost of power for our all farms ranges between $90,000 to $100,000 a month. And now we are looking at, if you do 40%, we are saving an estimate of around $40,000 a month.
Despite efforts to shift to solar power, private businesses like Agriflora say they cannot store all the power they can harness. Industry officials say that's because under current law, businesses are not allowed to store excess solar power on the national grid for future use. Environment experts say governments in Africa need to do more to incentivize and promote solar uptake.
The flower industry that you mentioned, investing in clean energy and specifically solar, and making their full operation 100% solar, needs to see what they're going to gain by moving away from their current operations to clean energy operations.
The lower electricity costs from solar power would mean even bigger profits during peak periods like Valentine's Day.
Valentine is very important in the flower calendar. It's the time when, of course, it's the time for love, but at the same time it's a time for the growers to really make up for highest sales in the season.
As consumers learn more about sustainability and climate change, environmentalists say flower growers, like other industries, will have even more incentive to go green. Juma Majanga for VOANews, Nakuru, Kenya.